Okay, so let's look at number 2. Number 2 is talking about try to find the angle, otherwise your unknown variable, and they just use different letters and different variables, but they're all looking for x, if you will, and they want you to determine what's the answer in these specific ranges as far as x goes, or theta, your angle. So between 0 and 180 degrees, we want to know when is the tangent a negative 2.1. Okay? So to get alpha by itself, we're going to take the inverse tangent, or arctangent, same thing, of negative 2.1. Okay? So if I go over here to my calculator, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take the arctangent of a negative 2.1, and we get this negative 64.536, or 537. So we get alpha is negative 64.537, and if I interpret it like a number line, we want an answer between 0 and 180. Again, because these are inequalities that are not including those bounds, we want something here. Well, this negative 64, it's way over here. It's nowhere in this allowable domain of our answers. So how do we get more answers with tangent? Well, we will know that tangent, we're going to add 180 to that answer over and over, either adding or subtracting 180 over and over because of the period of tangent to get other allowable answers. So visually, when you add 180, there should be an answer here located somewhere. So let's go to the calculator. All we're going to do is add 180 to that answer that we got, and therefore our alpha first answer is 115.463 degrees. That is in the allowable range as far as the allowable answers for alpha, which is between 0 and 180 degrees. Let's go to part B. So now we're looking at between visually negative 180 and 0. We're looking something that is here to here. So something not including 180 or 0, that's negative 180 and 0. We're trying to find an angle called mu. So this is just like theta, just like x, it's just a variable. So mu is the arc cosine of 0.56. So let's go to the calculator. So I'll say the arc cosine of 0.56, we get 55.944. And with what we remember with cosine, they're the plus and minus answers. So it could be way over here at a 55.944, but we know it's a plus or minus, and that's where the allowable answer is going to occur. So we got to make sure we know our rules with cosine, tangent, and sine so that we can get the first allowable answer here of mu is negative 55.944 degrees. And that's what you would get for part B. Okay, let's go to part C. C, we're going to get theta all by itself by taking the inverse sine, or arc sine, you keep hearing me go back and forth, means the same thing, of negative 0.23. So we go to arc cosine of negative 0.23, and we get a negative 13.297. So this negative 13.297, we know that sine is going to be 180 minus whatever our answer was. Okay? Because again, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want it in this allowable range or domain, however you interpret it. We're looking at here's 0, here's 90, and here's 270. I'm trying to find something in this allowable range here to here. So basically between 90 and 270. So to the calculator, we're going to say, because it's sine, 180 minus this answer that we got, and sure enough, 193 does lie somewhere here in our allowable range, so we'll say 193.297 degrees is the allowable answer in this range that we're talking about. Okay, so the last one, part D, is we're trying to find n. and n is going to be between 180 degrees and 0. So let's take the arcsecant of both sides. So the arcsecant of -9/4 will come over here. Otherwise the inverse secant, same thing. And then we'll do control divide to get a -9/4, and we get an answer of 100. Oops, I gotta press control enter. We get a positive 116.388. Is that in our allowable range? It is. So sometimes you don't even have to do anything to it as far as plus and minus or subtracting from 180 or adding 180. You could just get the answer and be done with it. You just always have to check to see if it's in that range that they were telling you to look for. And that's number 2.